It's one of the coolest places I get to do grafting. It's a beautiful late spring day, and I had a large apple tree order to finish up. So what better place to do it than at the North Pole in Santa's workshop? We stopped at Santa's house to say hi and to thank him for the use of his shop, then headed over to set up the grafting bench and get to work. So, this is actually a Russian rootstock called Budagovsky 9, Bud 9 for short, and it makes a small tree. It makes what we call a pedestrian orchard, which matures very early in its lifetime, which means that it will start bearing apples like the second year after you plant it, which is very fortunate because it costs a fortune to plant it, in that you have to support it. It has to grow on a trellis, and it has to be irrigated. And you have to put the fertilizer in the irrigation water. So you got the fertigation, you got the irrigation, you got the trellis system, and your soil has to be pretty well prepared for it. And all this has to be ready by the time your trees come. And so you're spending a lot of money on that orchard just to get the trees in the ground. And for you to make your return on investment, you're counting on the trees bearing a big crop the first year that they're in the ground, which they do. So why don't you see a lot of them growing around here? It's because they're too wussy for us. We got, especially up here, you guys got, deer chewing on it, you got gophers digging on it, you don't spray a lot for bugs, and so you're wanting a tree that can outgrow whatever's trying to kill it. And so these are going to a commercial grower who wants to cut down on labor costs, get a lot more in a small area, and also save on labor because you're not having to go up and down a ladder to pick these. If you're a U-pick operation, you want these also because you're not having clients coming and climbing up into the tree to get the apples that are at the top. They're down where everybody could get a hold of it and pick it easily. And the variety we're grafting on it right now is called King David. It was discovered in Arkansas, a hot and steamy climate if there ever was one, about 1902. And they tolerate heat and humidity good. They tolerate our heat and humidity really good. And they actually grow really good where it's not hot and humid. They love it up in Maine, they love it up in Minnesota. Seems like everywhere they try growing it, it's really good. And it makes an apple that's almost black in color. It looks a lot like Arkansas black if you've ever seen one of those, but it's much more palatable right off the tree, where Arkansas black has to be put in storage for a while. We grafted all morning, then led our tour group to hike past a very full ladybug pond to check out the historic Cuffle Orchard. Afterwards, we had some outstanding barbecue brisket at Billy's Barbecue House and had some time to enjoy the park.